Phone on silent. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm wearing colour today and sports gear because I am about to go and do a class, but I thought I'd hop on and just do a couple of videos that I'm really excited to share with you and have been wanting to share for a while. I am 3 months sober today. Super proud of myself, really happy. Yeah, 3 months today. It's gone so quickly as well. So I thought I'd kind of have a little chat. I've not really spoken much about my history with alcohol, my reasons for giving it up. So I kind of thought I'd talk about that today. But alcohol has been in my life my whole life, I think. I've always been around alcohol since I was young. My parents were very social people. I had quite a social upbringing. I probably started drinking in my teenage years. I know my dad used to let us have like the little mini stubby beers at Christmas or on special occasions sometimes. I was quite partial to a snowball at Christmas as well. God, I sound like a complete raging alcoholic child already, but I wasn't at all. Like, my parents just let me try alcohol and it was only ever just like a few sips or a very small amount on very special occasions. I probably started drinking with my friends when I was about 14, maybe a bit younger. Typical, used to buy cider, drink bottles of cider and then just vomit everywhere after being very drunk. I think most teenagers go through that phase. Wasn't really a problem. Got into my 20s, then started going out, which was okay for a while. Used to go out, have a good time, pre-drinks before, would go out, have a good night, and I never used to be too hungover. There was phases in my life where I would drink every day. There was phases in my life where I wouldn't drink for a while and then just go out and have a great night with my friends. That was okay. And then it was probably mid-20s that I noticed a problem. So I would start drinking with my friends and the goal would always be to be as drunk as possible before I left the house. And I was quite good at that. I used to go to my friends for what we used to call Wine Wednesday. So we'd all just meet up, drink wine and chat. I noticed over a while I was drinking more and more each week. So instead of just one bottle of wine each, which is still a lot, I would then start bringing 2 bottles of wine. I remember going through phases where I wouldn't drink wine because I felt like it made me more drunk, so I would drink other things. I once bought a box of Perry. It's like this really cheap cider/wine stuff. One night I drank the whole box of that, which is about 5 litres, I think. I was wasted, obviously. I would do this a lot, basically, and this was ongoing. I then started, when I went out, getting so drunk that I would experience blackout on a regular basis. And let me tell you, blackout Linz is not someone you want to experience. She is mean, she is aggressive, she is argumentative. She's not a nice person. She's also really stupid. I think I fell asleep outside pubs before. I used to get into arguments with people that I didn't really know. I think I got aggressive with people sometimes. I used to push or hit people, probably for no reason. These are not things I'm proud of, I just want to reiterate that, but there are things that happened. And telling everyone things that happened kind of leads me on to why I stopped. So yeah, this is kind of my story. So don't for 1 minute think that I'm proud of any of these things, because I'm not. I then kind of started getting in trouble with the police. So my drunken behaviour would obviously be antisocial and disruptive to the environment that I was in. I did get cautioned by the police. I got arrested quite a few times. Yet still I continued to drink. In my head I just thought, this is normal. Everyone does this. Everyone gets drunk. But in the back of my mind, there was always something telling me, this isn't okay. Like, this, no one else is getting arrested. Why are you getting arrested? And yeah, it was not a good time. I used to always feel awful after drinking as well. My anxiety would be like next level. The morning after a night out, for that morning especially, I was probably still drunk, but I would feel like the worst person in the world. I literally cried, I wanted to die. Yeah, it was not pleasant. I then also experienced what I personally call shame over. So for a good few days after having a night out, I would then get shame over because I didn't know what I'd done. And it was more likely than not that I would have offended somebody or upset somebody or just, I don't know, done something really stupid. So yeah, that was fun too. I think probably the first time I admitted that I really, really needed help was after I had some family drama, which I'm not going to get into because it's private to my family and I'm not the only person affected. I had some family drama, which then resulted in me driving my car when I was drunk. And I didn't drive far, not an excuse, but basically my family called the police and yeah, I got banned from driving for a while because I drove under the influence of alcohol. Nobody was hurt, thank God. And I wasn't driving when I was caught, but yeah, that happened. And that was the first time I realised this shit has to stop. Like, I need proper help. So this was 2013. So after that, I checked myself into AA. Checked myself in. You know what I mean? Like, I started going to AA and I gave up alcohol. And I found it really, really difficult because at that point in time, all my friends drank and I was still very much in a going out culture. But I stayed strong and I changed. I really did change. And I can honestly say that that period of time, I felt happier than I'd ever been. People at work noticed a difference in me. People in my life noticed a big difference in me. And yeah, it was the best thing I ever did. However, AA was maybe not the best thing I did. After about 8 months, I decided that I really wanted a sponsor, but nobody would sponsor me because they claimed that my alcohol problem wasn't as serious as other people's alcohol problems because I was never an everyday drinker. Despite the fact that AA welcome anyone in and anyone who feels that they have a problem is treated the same as everybody else. Turns out that's not so true. I have no animosity towards AA, I just think it's, the one in Norwich especially is a little bit hypocritical. Yeah, so that was my experience with AA. So I stopped going because I didn't feel welcome. I got told that there were other people who needed help more than me, but without a sponsor you can't do the steps. So I didn't feel welcome, and so I left. And I was okay, doing it on my own. I'd gone that far and I was happy that I didn't want to drink anymore. But then I started to introduce low alcohol drinks, like 2% beer, that kind of thing. And not surprisingly, I thought I was healed and cured, and over time that drinking just went back to like drinking all the time. But it was okay, it was normal, like normal. It was controlled. I was okay drinking. I knew when to stop. I felt like I had control of my alcohol consumption and that I was better. So now I'm like in my 30s. And yeah, over time, once again, my drinking just spiraled out of control. It was not as bad as the first time. I didn't do anything terrible. I didn't get arrested. But blackout came back quite a lot, especially last year. and my anxiety was getting really, really bad. My hangovers were getting worse. My goodness, like, my hangovers were so bad, I would not get out of bed for 2 days. I would be sick. I wouldn't be able to keep down water. I would retch up my stomach lining. Like, it's not okay. And I think for anyone to drink that much and be that ill, you've got to have some form of alcohol poisoning. And this was a regular thing. This wasn't like a one-off hangover. This was like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, definitely once a month. So back end of last year, I decided to give up again. I did not want my life to be as it was becoming, if that makes sense. I could see myself going down similar paths, and I didn't want my problem to get any worse again. So I gave it up on the 28th of December 2018, and today, 3 months later, I'm still going strong. That's kind of my alcohol journey. That's kind of what I went through. Please don't send me hate or judgment for the things I did in my past. We all make mistakes, and I do regret every single mistake I made, alcohol related. But at the same time, I also don't regret all of them, because it brought me to where I am today, which is sober and happy and healthy. And yeah, I'm very, very proud of the progress that I've made. I'm not in a program or in AA this time. I'm doing it on my own, and I'm finding it a lot easier than I did last time, because I know what to expect and I know how to handle situations. But that being said, it is still a struggle. I do still crave alcohol, especially if I've had a stressful day or if I'm in a certain circumstance. I haven't really been going out to bars or pubs that much. Sunday I had a pub lunch with my mum, and I had an alcohol-free beer, and afterwards I felt that craving for alcohol. So my issue with alcohol isn't that I wake up every day and I want to drink. It's when I start drinking, I can't stop. And people have said to me, just have 1 or 2 and then go home. My brain doesn't allow me to do that. There's something chemically wrong in my brain. I am addicted to alcohol. So as soon as I taste alcohol, my body wants more and more and more and more. And that's how I end up in a blackout situation, because I don't stop drinking. I just keep drinking and keep drinking until I'm in hospital, maybe one day, or dead. So I'm not going to do that anymore. But yeah, I cannot, like, I physically, as soon as I start drinking a drink, I'm already thinking about how long it's going to take me to drink that drink, when I can get my next drink. I don't want to be too quick because no one else drinks that quickly. Should I buy 2 drinks so that I can have 2 drinks to everyone's 1 drink and I don't have to go to the bar? Like, honestly, it's a mess. Yeah, so that's my alcohol story, basically. So 3 months sober today, plan on being all the months in the future sober still. I am proud of myself, and I am certain 1,000,000% that this is the best decision that I could ever make for myself. You know, you struggle with other people's perceptions. Like, do people think that I think I'm better than them because I don't party? I still party, by the way. I just don't drink. Do people not get me? Do people think I'm boring? There's a whole stigma that goes with being alcohol free. There are so many amazing people out there doing so many amazing things for sobriety and recovery and normalizing it. And you don't have to have a problem to give up alcohol. You might just not enjoy alcohol, or you might not like how it makes you feel, or it might just heighten your anxiety. You don't have to be addicted or have a problem. You don't have to be an alcoholic or, you know, be out of control. You can just decide, actually, this isn't for me. And that doesn't make you boring, and it doesn't make you less of a person, and it doesn't single you out as weird or different. So that's kind of my TED talk. Thanks for coming. But no, seriously, giving up alcohol for me was the best decision that I've ever made so far in my life. I'm very, very grateful for the strength that I have to be able to do this. I know that a lot of people find this difficult, and I know I found it very, very difficult the first time round. So I'm just very grateful that I found my way back to this path that I'm on. wherever it's going. But I think this is a big part of my story and my journey. Thank you for watching. If you have any thoughts or comments, or if this inspires you to give up alcohol maybe yourself, please let me know in the comments below. And I will see you guys very soon for the most exciting video I'm ever going to film, which I'm going to film in about 5 minutes. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Take care, bye.